3, 2, and uno. Go. There we go.
I want this to be part of the rewind. Okay? I want you, little making fun of me, part of the rewind. Understood? But before that, let me class up the joint.
Yep.
And say thank you to our friends at Specs for sponsoring this. Specs Wines and Spirits and Finer Foods have been a Texas family-owned destination for selection and savings since 1962. It's your one-stop shop with literally thousands of wines, spirits, beers at everyday lower prices. It is the Rewind here on Monday, June the 9th, 2025. And on the Rewind today, your favorite part, Reese Nygren.
I would say my favorite part was Amanda Christovich after we eventually got her on this show. Just kind of hearing her thoughts on the House settlement because it's new to a lot of people about what
everyone in the world.
To everyone, yeah.
Everyone in America and in the world. Yeah. By the way, Luke, your favorite part of the Rewind, even though I'm mad at you.
Oh, my favorite part, and I'm going to say this loud enough for him to hear me. My favorite part was Billy Liucci. He was just incredible as always today. And here he is back there. Just want to let him know what a great job he does for TexAgs and how I'm super appreciative of everything he's done for me. And David, we'll throw it back to you.
Thank you. Promotion, I heard from Billy. Chip Patterson was probably our best guest today. Let's go ahead and be honest. Blew Billy out of the water. Oh, and actually, Dr. John Thornton. He's a doctor. He's a basketball player. He's been an athletic director. He's a color commentator. He's been a player on the court. He's done it all.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer, Southwest Conference Hall of Famer. He's my guy, Dr. John Thornton. All that. And did I miss anything, Luke, on the Rewind? This has gone long enough. Check it, please. All right, Amanda, what's going to happen to the Olympic sports at the schools that value football and basketball? I know a place like A&M, apparently, the future is they want to keep every sport possible. But how competitive can these programs be if most of the money is going to go to football and basketball?
I mean, look, I think that currently most of the money is going to football and basketball anyway. So I think that, Olympic sports athletes obviously are going to get a much, much, much smaller portion of the revenue sharing dollars, probably less than 5% for all Olympic sports in an athletic department, right? But that's not necessarily different from the way that, things are kind of broken up now. I mean, football and men's basketball do fund a lot of Olympic sports, but a lot of the investment goes into the sports that generate revenue. That's why women's basketball, for example, really wanted that unit system during March Madness, that prize money system, because it's a financial incentive to invest in their programs. So, I think that schools are going to have to make a decision about, especially the power conference schools that are raking in 9 figures a year. Do they really want to say they can't afford competitive Olympic sports? I think this provides them with an opportunity to get creative and look for new revenue streams and ways to get programs like baseball and softball, for example, to make more money than they ever have, gymnastics to make more money than they ever have. And if you do that, then the revenue sharing dollars will come naturally.
If you fix the portal, right, then I think NIL and the value of the players, then we're not going to be constantly checking to see who's going to pay me more every 6 minutes, right? If the portal were to be handled differently, but you can't fix it.
I like one portal window over 2 portal windows. I like the American Football Coaches Association proposal of having that one portal window be almost in that sort of mid-January standpoint. I think that you would have completed the postseason for most of the schools, and anyone who's left, that's just what happens when you're playing this deep into the year. You're not the first sports team to have a little bit of a slow start because of the success that you'd had the previous season. One portal window somewhere in mid-January, let's say after the quarterfinals of the college football playoff, and allow that to be the opportunity for all the rosters to shift around. I think that helps our coaching carousel. I think that helps the commitment to the postseason from top to bottom. You will still have players opt out of bowl games. You will still have players threaten to opt out of playoff games, I'm sure, as we continue to go down this line. But ultimately, the 2 portal windows creates an environment. A power conference head coach is, he's not the only one, but the idea that, it's free agency every 6 months. Every 6 months, we got a new free agency window. We've got to go back to the table and renegotiate with all these guys. I think that's unhealthy, and that speaks to one thing that you're looking at. So personally, I support what the American Football Coaches Association did coming out of their convention, 1 portal window instead of 2. And instead of having it be smack dab in the middle of December, let's have it be in January. There's a lot of, someone's going to come and say, but the academic calendar. Buddy, our problems are way bigger than the academic calendar right now. We can figure that out later. This is something about the sustainability of the sport moving forward.
How about this team that Bucky's putting together, and considering when he got hired and how late in the portal window it was, and all? I mean, he's put together some talent.
We talked about it just briefly here before we went on air, but it's been remarkable. Yeah. And it's a new day, and I don't know why it's shocking that there's people always willing to look at opportunities and take advantage of them, but you got to be geared up. They're not just coming here unless there's something that they believe in, or they're going to believe in, or they have hope that it's a great fit for them. So for them to get here, Bucky and his staff to get here and put this together in such a short period of time in this kind of dynamic stage that athletics has found itself in, it's extremely impressive. And it's one thing that we both talked about, it's one thing to go get people, but it looks like to go get people that identify on what you're trying to get done and fit into types of play defensively and offensively that you're going to be noted for. And so it looks like they've done a really good job of piecing that part together. And I think with the main thing is having a little bit of ability to score, to have the ability to shoot the 3 and maybe like getting up and down the floor. So yeah, it's exciting. It's like almost every day we see something else that adds on to it that's going to absolutely piques your interest.
So I wanted to do a little house settlement talk with you and just ask how well A&M is positioned in this new climate of college athletics, considering we've kind of got some guardrails. We're kind of taking the way, I think, was it Chip Patterson who said it? We're taking a side step, not necessarily a step forward, but a step in the process.
Yeah, I think I'm glad they're bringing that in. And like Chip said, I was listening to that earlier, it's a start. There had to be something. There had to be some uniformity to it all. And that provides, I think, some uniformity. Guardrails is overused. I don't think that provides any guardrails because everybody's going to be off the guardrails. There's still going to be, and you can get Trev Alberts in here, and maybe at some point we get Trev to sit down. It'd be really interesting to hear his take on it because he's on a committee, that's heavily involved in this stuff. There's going to be collectives. There's going to be teams that are going to continue to, how does this Deloitte thing factor in? Mm-hmm. How many lawsuits are going to come out of that when people say, hey, you want to pay this athlete this much to represent your restaurant? And they say, well, it's our restaurant's called Reed's and he's Marcel Reed. We feel like we have to have him as a sponsor. It's a natural fit. He's the star quarterback and well, we only think it's worth this much. Well, no, I think it's worth this much. Well, you can only pay him this much. Okay, well, then I'm going to sue you.
All right, Nygren, last week you gave us a voice, okay? So today I want you to do a different voice and tell the people what to do.
Oh, God.
Think about it. Get in character. Do whatever it takes. But don't wait that long.
You need to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss another rewind. I don't know who that was.
I don't either. I have no clue.
I literally was just like, let's see how
you got it. But I believe you became the character, and that's what I appreciate.
I was like, let's
you.
just see how low we can go.
Luke wants to say something. I can tell. I just see him waiting. Go ahead, say it.
I forgot to turn my mic on. That's embarrassing. If this video gets 25 likes and 10 comments, I will go to the basketball walk-on tryouts later this week and try out for the Fighting Bucky McMillans. The camera's on you, David.
I can't work in this environment anymore. I'm done.